rich devil lullaby. Then the nigga fly, hope you got an alibi. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Damn, the missiles high. I can see him from the parking lot. Heaven finna ball out, devils finna fall out. All our warfare, nightmares in the big house. They murdered us for years and thinking shit was gonna turn around. Pride never learned, fuck this motherfucker burns down. Yelled in them streets, told them to breach. All of you angels bring woe to.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Damn right, I'm a UPK nigga. Straight out of One West, no contest. We the best to the niggas that's living, trying to contend with the stress. Going through the test, no access, cause you oppressed slaves. Niggas is dying off in waves. Living in dirt, now it's a grave. Niggas cross-talk through the crosswalk or the white chalk over the bodies of roads that you paid. America's killing us, saying they fearing us. Put the drugs in the hood, now my niggas delirious. Put a gun in my face, all because of my race. Click, boom, flash, put some Skittles and murder my ass. Like a sheep to the slaughter, heart beating harder and harder. Baptized with these words, never dipping in water. So now we pray to the Father. Give strength to the Father that's looking for the marauder. That's fucking taking our daughters, nigga. It's wartime. Lights up, nigga, showtime. Got the green light on that ass, yeah, go time. Either boot up, shut up, but get your ass up. Cause we ain't got time to be playing this all fucked up America. Heaven for the thief, hell for the slave. Reaping what you sow, meaning giving back what you gave. For a clean slate, you try to imitate. You was always fake. America, every city, state, this is your fate. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America.
Going on the timeline, giving the rhythm to expose the intricacies of the day's vibe. Doing mine, I ain't shit, but getting lit is a pastime. So in a minute, I'ma pass out. I hope you get it. If you didn't, you can crash flying. Kinda simple if you feel it, past your last line. But it will confuse a bad mind. A damn shame. That's the exact thing on which your ass fried. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Then the nigga fly. Hope you got an alibi. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Damn, the missiles high. I can see him from the parking lot. Heaven finna ball out. Devils finna fall out. All our warfare, nightmares in the big house. They murdered us for years and thinking shit was gonna turn around. Pride never learned. Fuck this motherfucker burns down. Yelled in them streets, told them to breach. All of you angels bring woe to this beast. You rule for a time, but we play for keeps. I pray to my Father, bring woe to this beast. Remember them times we hung on them trees. All of you nations bow down to your knees. Remember them ships, they brought us some fleets. Fuck they Apollo, bring them the heat. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, whoa, to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America.
God is going to destroy this empire, man. You about to see famine in this place. You think them fires in California is bad? That's just the beginning of what the Lord is about to do. Because you've been evil to the Lord's people. You've been wicked to the Most High's children, man. You've been destructive to the 12 tribes of Israel. Let me tell you something, black man. You got to put on your strength now, man. Put back on your strength and might, black man, because your day is coming. Your day is coming because the Lord is going to bring judgment on this earth.
All right, let's clap it up, clap it up. All right. This is Isupk scripture breakdown. I'm Officer Abraham of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West Harlem, New York, 125th Street, under command of General Yohana. You understand, we're not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group. You know what I'm saying? If anybody has any questions, this is the scripture breakdown class. Any biblical question that you have, you can ask it. You can type it in on the chat. I'm monitoring the chat as best as I can. You know what I'm saying? We're going to rock it out tonight. You know what I'm saying? Please join us for class here in the Charlotte area. If you're in the Charlotte area, the address is 1539 Salakia, North Ridge Avenue. So 1539 North Ridge Avenue
in Kannapolis, North Carolina is the actual school location. That's where I am now. You understand? We rock it out here every Monday from 6:30 to 8:30, every Tuesday through Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. You understand? Also, we have Sabbath service Saturday morning starting at 9:30 a.m. You understand? You can also join us for camp where we actually, speak on the street what the Christian pastors won't do. You understand? They too skittish to come out of that Christian church. They're too skittish to come out and actually see the people where they at. So we go out on the corner of North Tryon and Trade Street in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we actually go out and teach the people on the street just like the Bible commands us to do, to go to the hedges and the byways, you understand, and actually compel people to come into this truth. Because if you haven't been noticing what's been going on, it's time for Black people to actually come and realize, who they are, come and definitely get back to their culture, back to their heritage, back to their way of living, because it's been taken and stripped from us. It's been gone from us for so long that we don't even have an idea of how our ancestors, how our brothers or foremothers and forefathers, how they lived. You understand? We don't have no history other than, we came here on slave boats and that's it. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no history beyond that. So if anybody has any questions, you know what I'm saying, you can ask them now. If not, I get into my topic. Anybody got any questions? No questions. No questions. If there's no questions online, I'm going to check. Anybody have any question online, just type it in. You know what I'm saying? If not, you can go ahead and type in your question in later, and I definitely get to it. But I have a question. You understand? So how do Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians know that we are the children that the Bible is talking about? We are those people that's, oppressed. We are those Jews that the Bible is talking about. Where can we go in the Bible to find out that this is true, that the Bible backs up that the real Jews are Black, and that the so-called Negro here in America and the Native Indians and the Hispanics are the real tribe of Israel? How can we find that out? Where can we go in the Bible to see the evidence, to see the proof? You know what I'm saying? Where can we go? Young man, go ahead.
Deuteronomy for the curses.
Okay, Deuteronomy for the curses. Any specific Deuteronomy what?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Okay, let's get it. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. A bedrock scripture, a basic scripture, that one of the first scriptures I learned coming into the truth, which the brother is definitely right. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. The chapter of Deuteronomy has all the list of the things that would happen to the Lord's chosen people if they didn't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. The laws that Moses came down from Mount Sinai with. You understand that they say it's the Mosaic law, but it's the law that the Most High gave to Moses to give to the children of Israel. You understand? So now, if we didn't, this book of Deuteronomy, the chapter starts off with a prophecy saying that if we didn't obey what the Lord laid down for us as far as these rules and how we should live, that certain things was going to happen to us. Now, question, did it happen to the people that Moses spoke to? Come on.
Come on, sir.
How? Those people, when Moses came and that, now understand something. This is roughly about maybe 4,000 years ago. So when the children of Israel left the land of Egypt, were freed from the land of Egypt, and they were in the wilderness, and Moses gave them the prophecy about this. First of all, let's read Deuteronomy 28:1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. Chapter 28, verse 68.
No, 28:1. Let's start at Deuteronomy 28:1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of thy Lord thy God.
So now, you understand, Moses is saying, if thou shalt hearken diligently, meaning hearken means to listen. If you hearken diligently, meaning listen intently to the words that the Most High is giving us. Go ahead.
To observe and do all his commandments.
To observe, meaning to watch. You understand? Watch people doing these commandments, and also to mimic them, to do these commandments. To observe and to do these commandments. Go ahead.
Which I command thee this day. That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations.
So now the Lord is saying, if you observe to do these commandments that the Lord is commanding you to do, the Lord is going to set us on high above all nations. Meaning all races of people, out of all the races of people that's on the earth, black people, the children of Israel will be above all those people. We'll be over top of those people. We'll rule over those people. We'll decide what those people eat. We'll decide what those people do as far as what's against the rules and what's not against the rules.
Right.
We'll be in control, basically. You understand? That's what this scripture is saying. This scripture is, read it from the top again, brother.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
So Moses is saying, if you observe to do all these commandments, which he is commanding you to do. You understand? Because he's getting it directly from the Most High.
Right.
He's getting it from the Most High. He's giving it to the people. He's saying, if you observe to do all these commandments that he is telling you to do, go ahead.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
The Lord thy God will what?
Set thee on high.
And that's a metaphor, man. That's a metaphor, meaning the Lord ain't gonna literally take us and put us in some cloud or on some mountain somewhere. No, he means in a high position. He means in a, you know how the young people say he's gonna give us clout.
Right.
He's gonna give us a lot of clout. He's gonna give us a lot of power, a lot of control. You understand? Like those senators and those politicians on Capitol Hill right now. You understand? In Washington, they get to decide what's the law and what's against the law. They get to decide what rules we follow and what rules we don't follow. You understand? That's what this is talking about. The Lord is going to set thee on high. Go ahead.
On high above all nations of the earth.
Above all nations of the earth, man. And right now, there's a nation that's sitting on high above every nation on the earth. You understand?
Right.
This nation that's sitting on high right now gets to make the laws. They put an embargo on countries. They regulate the type of export and import that a company makes, that a country does. They will regulate. Look what's happening to Cuba. Cuba was under an embargo since the 1950s, man. And we talking about, the Lord is talking about this scripture on a very large scale. It's not talking about just, you being on high to, to a couple of family members and things like that. This is talking about your race of people being in control of other races of people. Just like there's one race of people in control of all the races of people on the earth. You understand? Look at, like I said, look at Cuba. Cuba has been on an embargo since the 1950s, meaning Cuba can't sell or export any goods to America or to the world. Now, just think about this. An embargo was placed on Cuba not by the world, but by this one country, America. America placed an embargo on the country of Cuba. An embargo is where it's restricting you to buy or sell anything on a large country scale. Like, you know how you get all the toys and everything right now, they say made from China? All these trinkets and coffee pots and clothes and all that stuff. You get the tag, it'll say made in China, because there's no embargo on China. So just imagine if China could not sell or could not ship their goods over here to America. All those little transformer toys that your sons and daughters have, all those little Barbie dolls, all those little tea sets and doll houses and all that stuff that come over here from China would not exist. You understand? Right. And not only did America put an embargo on Cuba, so Cuba couldn't ship over their goods, they put an embargo on Cuba, so Cuba couldn't ship any goods anywhere else in the world. So say Africa wants some goods from Cuba, they can't get them. You know why? Because America is stopping Cuba from doing it. That's the power that the Lord is talking about. Right. The Lord is talking about putting a whole nation above all the rest of the nations. The Lord is talking about being a racist. He's talking about being discriminatory against all the races on the earth and favoring one race on the earth. Talking about favoring the race of his chosen people, man. You understand? That's right. So now, with that being said, Moses is saying if we obey the law that the Lord is commanding him to give to us, that we will be above all these nations on the earth. You understand? Right. If we, one of those laws is not eating pork. If we don't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, you understand, we're going to be above all the other nations on the earth. Right. If we observe our high holy days, the Feast of Purim, the Feast of Tabernacles, Hanukkah, which is coming up pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? If we observe those high holy days, we follow the laws that's in this book called the Bible, and we'll be above all these other nations on the earth. Keep going.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee.
Now, skip down to verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
But it shall come to pass also, meaning this is what's going to happen too. Go ahead.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of thy Lord God.
If thou what?
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If thou what?
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of thy Lord thy God.
Meaning, if you don't listen to the voice, to these rules, to these commandments that the Lord, our power, is given to us, if you don't do it, meaning not individual, not as an individual, but as a nation. If we as a nation don't do these things that the Lord has commanded us to do, go ahead.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
If we don't observe to do all the statutes and commandments that the Lord commanded us this day, go ahead.
That all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
Now, it's just like a good father, man. You understand? A good father is saying, if you follow my rules, hey, I'll get you the toys.
Right.
I'll get you the Transformers. I get you the new Jordans. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't follow my rules, then it's gonna be bad for you. You're gonna be cursed. You know what I'm saying? Things are not gonna go your way. You understand? Go ahead, read it from the top again.
Verse 15. But if shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Verse 16.
Go ahead. What did it say?
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Now, it's going to start the list from verse 15 all the way to 69, 68. It's going to list the curses that's going to befall God's chosen people if they don't listen to his rules. Now, go skip down to verse 49. We're going to pull out, before we get to verse 68, there's a couple of curses that stick out among our people that are profound, that was written thousands of years ago, but we experience right now to this day. And that's how you know that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the children of Israel, man. We are those Jews that the Bible is talking about, because Moses didn't come down and give the laws to the earth. It wasn't a mixed congregation. There wasn't Arabs and Chinese people and African people in that congregation that came out of Israel. You understand?
Right.
It was Salaki. I ain't gonna say it wasn't them that came out of Israel, but the ones who Moses was giving the laws to in this case was the Israelites, was the Jews that the Bible speaks of, was God's chosen people. You understand? That's who Moses was talking to when he came down off Mount Sinai. He was addressing the children of Israel. He wasn't addressing everybody. He wasn't addressing all the nations. He wasn't addressing Chinese people and white people and all that, like the Christian church say. The Christian church got us thinking that these rules in the Bible just apply to anybody that believes. No, they don't. You got to be a Jew. You got to be black, Hispanic, or Native Indian for these rules to apply to you. And that's what makes it so it makes it so amazing at once, but then it makes it so difficult on the other hand, because you have these other nations doing whatever they want to do. You understand? You got the Chinese people celebrating dragons and worshiping dragons and everything, the sun and you know, the yin and yang. You got them doing that. Then you got the Arabs over there with Islam and assalamu alaikum and salaikum salam. You got them over there doing that. You got the Africans just putting plates in their lips and bones in their nose and just chucking spears and, you know, you doing them little dances and all that stuff, doing all kind of craziness. You understand? You got them doing that. Then you come and tell black people, tell the niggas, they can't do none of that. They can't learn Kung Fu culture. They can't learn how to, they can't do that. You tell them that they can't be Muslims. They can't be like the Arabs and be Muslims and dye their beard red and, you know, go on a holy jihad. They can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You telling black people that these other nations around us be doing this stuff and we be watching. And you telling us we can't do that. But they can do whatever they can do. Whatever they want to do, they can do it. But us, we got to follow these laws. And that makes it hard for black people to look and say, because we want to do what we see the people around us do. You know what I'm saying? If the people around us worship the sun, we want to worship the sun too. Why we can't? Why we can't do it? Why I can't? You know what I'm saying? I gotta stop eating pork when every grocery store sells pork. Why I can't? Why I gotta stop? You know what I'm saying? Why I gotta stop eating pork? Why I gotta stop doing it? Other people do it. Why I gotta stop doing it? It's because the Most High told you to stop doing it. You understand? You understand? Like the whole thing behind you growing up in a specific home. You know what I'm saying? If your parents said you got to come home when the street light come home, and you tell your parents, well, Jimmy get to stay out past the street lights. I remember when I told my mama that, she slapped me dead in the mouth. Like, I don't give a damn what Benji is doing. You do what I tell you to do. And that's what the Lord is saying. We got to do what the Lord is telling us to do, or these bad things will start to happen to us. Right. Verse 49 is going to tell you one of these things that happened to us. Go ahead.
Verse 49, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee far
from
the end of the earth.
No.
So I can.
Go ahead.
49, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
From far. The nation that come against the children of Israel is going to come from far away. Go ahead.
From the end of the earth.
From the end of the earth, man. Meaning like this is how niggas talk. Niggas be like, man, this nigga came from bumfuck Egypt. Salaki, excuse my language. This nigga came all the way. This nigga came from nowhere. Now, what sense does that make? If I say this dude came out of nowhere, what's nowhere? You know what I'm saying? Like, black people really are, intricate in how we talk. We describe, we paint pictures. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Lord is saying this nation gonna come from way far away. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna know where they came from. They gonna come from far. Go ahead.
As swift as the eagle fly.
And they gonna be fast. When they come, they gonna come from afar, and they gonna be fast as lightning, man. The black people say that all the time. Fast like lightning. The Lord said these people gonna come swift like an eagle. You ever seen an eagle? You ever seen an eagle circle up around in the sky?
Right.
And circle, and all of a sudden they get that prey, and he just, you know what I'm saying? I seen it on the highway, and I was amazed. I was amazed at the construct of the Most High, how he made the eagle, man. You know what I'm saying? How he made a bird of prey. They'll circle around, they'll ride the wind, and it'll just go in a circle, and it's surveying. And then if it don't find nothing in that vicinity, then it'll move a little bit more and circle like that. Man, that eagle, them hawks and all that stuff, them birds of prey, they real magnificent, man. And when I seen this joint, this bird, I don't know what he seen on the ground, but once he seen it, the way it dropped down, it looked like he was gonna kill itself. It looked like it was just gonna plunge into the ground, and that was it. Man, this joint come down so fast like a dart. And after it circled, it just right that down on it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it was so fast. It was so fast that I'm pretty sure that whatever it caught in the field or on that grass didn't know it was coming. That's what the Lord is talking about. The Lord is talking about a nation of people coming against us so swift from afar. Like the eagle, like an eagle come from far up in the sky, come down and swoop on the prey.
That's right.
You understand? Go ahead.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
So now this nation, they tongue, we didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? We was bopping, doing our own thing, you know, Barakatah Yahweh while y'all was shy, you know what I'm saying? Shalom. Yahweh Shalom, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shemar Tabashim Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? Allah now Akkad is, you know what I'm saying? Our power is one. All of a sudden, the so-called oppressor come and he's speaking this English. We don't know what he's talking about. He's speaking this, he's speaking this. I speak the Queen's English. You know what I'm saying? He's speaking that. We don't know what he's talking about. We don't know this language that he's talking about, that he's speaking. A language that we did not know. Go ahead.
Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance.
A nation of fierce countenance, man. You look at some of the oppressors that you see out here in the world. They just look mean, and they look mean, and look at the Karens. Look at the Karens just calling the cops on brothers for no reason.
Right.
They look mean, fierce countenance, man. Don't have you know what I notice about our people? Black people will smile if you smile. Right. You know what I'm saying? You walk up on a black person and you say hey and smile, they'll smile just because you smile. Right. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard a person be like, I'm laughing because you laughing? That's us. That's us right there, man. You start bawling, laughing like, all right. You'll find 4 other black people that start laughing too. They don't know what the hell they're laughing at. You understand? But that's our joyful spirit on us, man. That's our nature. But this nation right here that's gonna come against us, they got a fierce countenance, man. They ain't nice people. They ain't just nice for no reason. Go ahead.
Which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young.
Shew, that's the old Quaker English word for show. It's spelled S-H-E-W, right? Yeah, that's the old Quaker English word for show. So whenever you see that, you just pronounce it show, because that's what the word is spelled, right? So they should not do what again?
Which shall not regard the person of the old.
They don't regard old people. Our old. Let me tell you this story, man. Let me tell you this story. There was this in the slave memoirs, right? There was a story about a slave that got old, and it's plenty of stories about slaves that get old and was working in the field. The slave dropped dead, and they just kept working. You know what I'm saying? Like even in America right now, America does not regard the person of old. Old to us is how old, young man, is old?
65 on up.
There you go. 65. You a senior citizen right now. Now, I'm gonna show you how cruel America is. How many 65-year-olds you know still working? A lot of them, because America don't regard the person of old, man. Now, I know my era might be different from your era. Under your era, what age can you retire?
My era now?
Uh-huh.
Between that 65, 68.
65, 68, right? And give or take a few years or whatever. My era, which is a little bit younger than yours, I can't retire till I'm 77. You get it? America don't regard the person of the old or the young, man. And who does it sound like? It sound like it's describing niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like like my mother worked till she was 68 years old. She was barely making it, man. Not to say that my mother is feeble, but she probably needed to retire when she was 60. You know what I'm saying? But she worked and worked and worked and worked and worked till, you know, and matter of fact, she didn't retire. She only retired because the lady that she was caring for, when she was a private nurse, died. You understand? Like, she died, and that's the only way they would stop, you know, let my mama go ahead and call it quits. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I think she didn't call it quits because, you know, they told her, yeah, it's time for you to retire. I think she made that decision. Like, look, I can't be getting up and cooking and, you know, taking care and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she was a private caregiver, so she had to cook, clean, give the lady her medicine, take her a bath and all that stuff. Like, You know, and do nursery duties like vitals and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? She had to do all that till she was well into her 60s, man. You understand? And then the lady died, and they said, "Well, yeah, you okay now? You okay now?" And then after she died, the young daughter tried to get her to, you know, keep up the house and keep up the estate and all this. So my mom's like, "Look, I can't do this. I gotta retire." You know what I'm saying? So now I can't retire till I'm 77. Anybody younger than me, they probably can't retire till they well in their 80s, man. You know, this society is gonna make it impossible for a black person to retire, man. Right. They make it totally impossible for us to retire. They want to see us work ourselves into oblivion, man, because they don't regard the old or the young. You understand? That's right. Like, let me tell you something. George Stinney was 13 years old when he got convicted of murdering two oppressor white women, two oppressor little girls. He was 13 years old. And come to find out, he didn't murder those two little girls at all. He was 13 years old. They executed George Stinney, which is still in America, the youngest execution carried out by America on American soil by Americans to this day. He was 13 years old. They had to put books on the electric chair to make him reach the helmet to put on his head. They had to put books in the chair. They electrocuting a damn child because this nation that come against us didn't regard the person of old or the person of young, and they got a fierce countenance, man. Meaning their reputation is mean as hell. You understand? That boy, that oppressor killed that brother Davis down in Florida for playing his music too loud. Now that's mean, man. That's mean you come out of the convenience store and you about to go home and you thinking this nigga's music is too loud, I'ma shoot him. Instead of going about your business saying, well, I don't have to deal with the loud music when I'm in my car and drive off. I just go away. I just drive away from the black person that's playing their music too loud at the convenience store, where this is a free country supposedly, where you can get to play your music the way you want to, but not in this oppressor's eyes, not in this man's eyes with the fierce countenance, man. He shot that boy. He shot in the car, killed the boy for loud music. You understand? Botham John was murdered in his house because this oppressor found the wrong place. Tried to get into the wrong door. So she talking about she got the wrong apartment and didn't even check to see if, what's going on. Just shot the brother. You know what I'm saying? It's a nation of people. Look at Sandra Bland. Sandra Bland was just a routine traffic stop. The sister turned up dead. You understand? They don't have no regard for the old or the young, man. Keep going.
Nor show favor to the young.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 51. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle.
Now, verse 51, right? Drop down to the verse. Is it 49? Where you at?
Verse 51, sir.
Okay, skip back up to 48.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
We're going to have to serve these enemies, man, that the Lord going to send against us. We will have to serve them. Rather us being put on top of them and them serving us, we got to serve them. The children of Israel will have to serve their enemies. Go ahead.
In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. We would have to serve them in hunger. How many people been at work working to make somebody else rich and didn't have no lunch? Starving like hell. I remember plenty of days
I was working, starving, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, ashamed to ask my coworker, hey, can I get $5 to get a sandwich or get some money or something? Can I get some lunch or something? I just working, stomach hurting, stomach growling, and I just worked anyway, worked through it. We serve our slave master in hunger, or our oppressor, we serve him in hunger and in nakedness.
Right.
Meaning, how many times you had to go work a job and they told you, okay, you got to go get this certain kind of shoe.
Right.
You got to go get this certain kind of shoe to work the job. You didn't even have the money to go get the shoe.
That's right.
You understand? That you don't have enough money to even buy the clothes or the uniform it takes to work this job. So they got to look at you funny while you in there with the wrong uniform on. They in there looking at you funny, like, yeah, she just knew. She'll be, we're going to give you 2 weeks in nakedness, man. Like, you don't even have the clothes to wear to work sometimes that you need to wear. Some people have to buy clothes out of their own check, so they can get the right uniform.
That's right.
Some people the work be okay. The job will charge them for the uniform. It'll come out of their check.
Right.
That's crazy, man. And make them wear the uniform and take the money out their check. When they trying to come there to make money, the oppressor is taking money from them just to wear his uniform. In hunger and in nakedness, go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron.
He shall what?
And he shall put a yoke of iron.
He shall what?
And he shall put a yoke of iron.
So tell me what people went into slavery, or what people got yokes of iron put on their necks. I can pull up the picture, man. I can pull up the picture where they put yokes of iron around our neck because we were runaways. They used to put spikes, a big old collar, and put spikes around our necks.
Right.
You understand? I want to see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up right quick. Let me see. That's it right here, man. They won't. There it is right here. I'm gonna share this screen. Man, which describes totally what was happening. If you can see that on the screen, you know what I'm saying? Like this right here. That was what the oppressor, you understand, put on our people, man. Put on our people. That was that yoke of iron that they put on our people. You understand? Because they ran away, or was it mainly for runaways? Because if they tried to run away again, then the hooks and the spikes would get caught on the leaves and bushes and shrubberies that they had to run through.
Right.
You understand? They would get stuck. It would slow them down. That's the yoke of iron. You understand? Go ahead. Read it again.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee.
He shall put a yoke of iron on our neck until he has utterly destroyed us, man. You understand? And that's exactly what happened to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, where that yoke of iron was put on our neck, and we was destroyed. We was destroyed behind this, man. We was made to serve as their slaves while they did this to us. You know what I'm saying? While they did this to us, we was made to serve as their slave, which is a prophecy right in Deuteronomy. You understand? That yoke of iron was put around our necks. Go ahead and finish that out, brother. 48. Want to
read it again, sir?
That was the end of it.
Concept.
Let me see the one where it says wood and stone. It says we're going to serve gods of wood and stone. I'm going to find it here. Okay, Deuteronomy 28:64. Skip down to 64.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
And the Lord shall what?
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
The Lord shall scatter us among all people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, if you look at the earth, you'll see us in all nations, man. We in America, we in South America, we in Mexico, we in Haiti, in Cuba, we in Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying? We all over everywhere, man. You understand? We all over scattered amongst all people. Go ahead.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other.
From one end of the earth even unto the other, man. Go ahead.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And there we gonna serve other gods, man. We gonna serve other gods. You understand? When the so-called Native Indians arrived over in this land, man, they started serving other gods, the gods of the sun and the wind and the moon and the stars, and they do dances to bring rain. You understand? They were serving other gods. We served other gods over here, like Christianity. You understand? Keep going. It's going to describe the gods that we serve.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Neither us or our fathers didn't know we was going to serve these gods. Go ahead.
Even wood and stone.
Now, even wood and stone. Now, again, I asked the question. When Moses told the children of Israel this would happen to them, did these things happen to those people? No, they did not. When Moses was in the church, remember, the children of Israel, they was wandering in the wilderness. And then Joshua and Moses the Lord wiped out all those people that came out of the children of Israel and gave them the promised land. You don't remember the land that flowed with milk and honey that only Joshua and Caleb entered into? You understand? That's what happened. That's why those people that Moses is speaking to right now either died off, well, they all died off except for Joshua and Caleb. Even Moses didn't even enter into the promised land. You see what I'm saying? So this prophecy right here didn't immediately happen to the children of Israel. You understand? But what happened? After they entered to the promised land, things started going wrong. You know what I'm saying? They started sinning against the Lord. Other nations started coming in, taking over. Then you got the rise of Rome and the Roman Catholic Church. Then you got the fall of Rome. Then you got the Renaissance. Then you got slavery. Then you have, you understand, prophecy being fulfilled. Because now, skip down to verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Egypt is a Greek word. It's from the Greek word Egyptos. The Greek word Egyptos means house of bondage. So the Lord brought the children of Israel into the house of bondage again with ships. Now, I'm going to ask you the question again. Did the people that Moses was speaking to, did those people go on slave ships? No. Now you see very clearly that this prophecy that Moses was giving to the people didn't happen till thousands of years later. You understand? Our ancestors went into slavery on slave ships in the 1400s. You understand? Moses was speaking this way back before Christ, during the BC era, during the before Christ era. That's when Moses was speaking this. But we didn't go into slavery. Those people that he's speaking to didn't get put on slave ships. Those people died off because the ones that got put on slave ships was your forefathers. You understand? Your parents 2 generations back. You understand? The 1400s. The 1400s was slaves. The 1400s to the 1800s. You understand? Remember that little joint we learned in school? 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Y'all remember that? That's right. That's when slavery started. When Columbus came over here and so-called discovered, but didn't discover America, he for sure knew what he was looking for. He was looking for the lost 12 tribes of Israel over here. He was looking for slaves. He said it in his memoirs. But of course, America don't teach our kids that Columbus was looking for slaves. They teach them, 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue, looking for a trade route to India. Some bull jive that don't nobody that is a lie, because they lie. Every word out their mouth is a damn lie. That's right. You understand? Which explains why the Christian church, why they lie all the goddamn time, Salakia, is because it's full of lies, man. Right. America is full of lies. And when you accept the philosophy of the so-called oppressor, then you accept being a liar too. Because you will tell your child that Christopher Columbus discovered America, which is a lie. You will tell them that Santa coming down the chimney, which is a lie. You don't even have a damn chimney. Right. You understand? You'll tell them that the Easter bunny is gonna come and we can do an Easter egg hunt. And you hide the eggs, and bunnies don't lay eggs. People, you understand? How many times you seen a bunny lay an egg? Bunnies don't lay eggs. And they don't cluck like chickens. So whenever you see that Cadbury commercial with them eggs, you just know that's just so many lies wrapped up in the commercial. It's ridiculous. Right. You know what I'm saying? That bunny don't lay eggs and it don't go bark, 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 bark. Bunnies don't even sound like that. So why are we lying to our kids? You understand? We lying to our children, thinking our children gonna hate us for not giving them no presents. No, your children gonna hate you because you a liar. Just tell them the truth. They gonna wonder why you ain't tell me the truth. If the bunny ain't real, the tooth fairy ain't real, why you just didn't tell me the truth? I got me putting my teeth up under the damn pillow and thinking that looking for a little Tinkerbell or something that'll come and take my tooth and leave me some money when it was you the whole damn time. You understand? And really, it ain't the kids that care about not doing these different things and celebrating these customs. It's the parents. It's us. We do it for the kids. We do it for the kids. Child don't give a damn. You know, it really does not care. So now, this happened years later, man. Thousands of years later.
Right.
Thousands of years later, we were put in slavery and we were brought back because we had left the house of bondage. We had left Egypt.
Right.
We got the promised land. We were brought back to the house of bondage and not on foot, because that's how we entered into Egypt at first. Joseph, with 70 souls, with 70 people, entered into Egypt on our own, on foot. But the Lord gave a prophecy: if we didn't obey his commandments, we would go back into the house of bondage again with ships. Meaning this bondage that we're going to go into with this second time, this next time, we're going to get that through ships, man. We're going to get that through cargo slave ships.
Right.
And what did black people experience? Cargo slave ships. Riding over on a 6-month boat ride that a lot of us died. A lot of us died experiencing those boat rides, man. A lot of us, you know, basically just perished going on those boat rides. You understand? Just imagine being, you know what I'm saying? Like, we describe it all the time in the school because it needs to be remembered, man. Because this is what our people went through.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They were shoved on those slave ships side by side, head to foot, so they could get as many slaves on as possible. And some of these slave ships had 2 and 3 decks below in the hull, so they could pile 2 or 3 rows of slaves on the slave ship at a time, head to foot, laying chained head to foot. All right. Now this 6-month boat ride was 6 months, Monday through Sunday, 6 months. If you get an idea of what happens in 6 months, you know what I'm saying? 6 cycles, 6 women, 6 periods happen in 6 months. Meaning every month this sister is bleeding. Well, she's bleeding on the deck below her. She can't stop it because she don't have no means of keeping herself away or keeping herself cleansed,
Right.
of catching the blood that's flowing from in between her legs. She don't have no means for that.
Right.
So she just got to let it flow, man. You understand? She got to let herself be unclean, naked, chained to probably a man. This is what our ancestors went through, man. And after that, and the disease. And what about the food that they fed them, which was spoiled or dilapidated or not up to par?
Right.
What about all the people that got seasick from the boat? Just, you get seasick by not being able to see. But the boat is just topsy and turvy, rocking back and forth. That'll make you sick because you can't see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You can't see where the bouncing and the motion is coming from.
Right.
So close your eyes and ride in the car. And that'll be a small snippet of motion sickness that, these brothers and sisters was getting. And they was no doubt, throwing up on one another. Well, there was nobody there to wipe their mouth, to put a bucket in front of their head and say, here, throw up in here. No, they just threw up on the deck below them. They just got sick on the deck below them. And you know, what about the people that died? You chained to a person that's sick and he dies or she dies right next to you.
Right.
You understand? That's what our people went through. And our so-called oppressor has the nerve to say, forget about slavery. Forget about slavery. It was in the past. That's in the past. That's over now. Forget about that. They want us to just sweep it under the rug and say, well, you know, it was bad. Yeah, it was bad, but forget about it. You know, move on. When America couldn't move on from 9/11. Right. 3,000 people died in 9/11. America could not move on from that. They had to go bomb all of Saudi Arabia. They had to go bomb all of Iraq and what was Iraq? They had to bomb Iraq because of those 3,000 people killed in 9/11. They didn't get over it. So now, how do you expect us to get over 99 million black people dying during the transatlantic slave trade just on the boat ride? How do you get over 77 million Hispanics, Native, Latino, and Taino Indians dying during the Spanish Inquisition? How do we get over that?
Right.
You understand? Read it from the top, brother.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spoke unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Meaning we're not going to see our homeland again. You want to know why black people don't know that their homeland is Israel? Is because we didn't see our homeland again. We still, as a nation, have not seen our homeland. You understand? It's somebody else occupying our homeland right now, calling themselves the real Jews, you know what I'm saying, sitting up in there eating, you know what I'm saying, you know, claiming our holidays and claiming our high holy days for themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's what they doing. So keep going.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Tell me what people were sold. I got a big black buck over here, big nigga over here, nigga winch over here. Those the so-called Jews that's in Israel right now, they were not sold on auction blocks. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are the ones with that history of being sold. So read that part again.
Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
You shall be sold unto your enemies. Go ahead.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
Meaning slave men and slave women, you shall be sold unto your enemies. And even if you believe the so-called Jewish man, right, when he says that he was put into slavery, they was not put into slavery because they were not sold. They were not sold as slaves to any other race of people. They don't fit these descriptions in Deuteronomy. And that's how you know it's not talking about who the Christian church think is the Jew today.
That's right.
It's not talking about them because they don't fit these descriptions. People didn't go through this in history. You understand? Go ahead.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man what?
And no man shall buy you.
Now think about it on a nation scale now. Think about it on the scale of a nation. No one bought us. No one paid for our freedom. You understand? Like on a small scale, a couple of us got free and went back and bought their family members or whatever. But this is talking about the whole nation of people, meaning no one didn't buy us. No one bought us. No one redeemed us from the condition that we was in. We still in that condition today.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So now drop that. Go to Zechariah 11:5. Zechariah 11:5 describes our condition as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It gives a description of us and the things that we were going to be, the things that we would have to endure. You know what I'm saying? Zechariah 11:5. When you get it, brother, read it.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessor slay them.
Our possessors slay us, and this is definitely describing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Our possessors, meaning the people that got put up over us to own us, they slay us. Go ahead.
And hold themselves not guilty.
And they hold themselves not guilty. Meaning when they kill us, when we get shot in the back and all this by these racist cops, you understand? They hold themselves not guilty. They get in a jury amongst themselves, and it's decided, oh yeah, well, he is not enough evidence to bring him on trial for murder because he was doing his job. You know what I'm saying? He was doing what he was supposed to do as an officer. You know what I'm saying? He just in the heat of the moment, it was dangerous, and he was just protecting himself, and he shot a man with a cell phone in his hand. You know what I'm saying? He shot a man, running away. That's how Walter Scott down in South Carolina, that's how he was shot. He was shot 7 times in the back, running away from the cops. Like, how can you pose a threat and you running away? They get in a jury amongst themselves, and they hold themselves not guilty. Go ahead.
And they that sell them say.
They that what?
And they that sell them say.
Talking about the children of Israel. So they that what?
And they that sell them say.
So they that sell the children of Israel say. Go ahead.
Blessed be the Lord. For I am rich. That's
what America got off of the backs of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They got rich off of the transatlantic slave trade, man. Wells Fargo is such a powerhouse bank because of the slave trade. You understand? Fidelity and Mutual and all of them, they're big time banks because they were slave owners. They got rich off of the slave trade. That's right. This is old money here in America, man. You want to know how these businesses just spark up? They ain't just spark up. It's because they are backed by slave money. They are backed by fortunes made off the transatlantic slave trade. And countless number of people got rich off the transatlantic slave trade, man. How you think that the yoke of iron that I showed you, you don't think that maker of iron, that blacksmith, that maker of those yokes got rich? How many, you know what I'm saying? How many yokes of iron he made for people who was running away, all different styles. You understand? He was getting rich. You know what I'm saying? The blacksmith, of course, got rich during the transatlantic slave trade because he was making the collars, he was making the chains, he was making the shackles, he was horseshoeing the horses that chased the slaves. All the horses that did all the work on the farms and all that stuff, he was horseshoeing them. He was making all kind of apparatuses, hot boxes and torture chambers and all that stuff for the so-called oppressor to put on our people. He was getting rich. A blacksmith was the thing to be back during slavery because you always had a job or a project to be working on, because people always needed something made of metal and wanted you to forge it. You understand? So now, keep going. Read it from the top.
Verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Tell them where you at again.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Who possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
They say what? Blessed be the Lord what?
Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich.
They say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, man. While they slay us and they kill us in the street and they abuse blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they say, Blessed be the Lord, for I'm rich. Go ahead.
And their own shepherds pity them not.
Meaning the ones that's supposed to have compassion for them, their preachers, their ministers, their spiritual leaders, don't even have no pity on them. You understand? Like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, them don't even pity black people. They don't even pity how we are, in a state that we in a bad condition that we in. They just after that, the greed of their own mouths, man. They just after the greed, they after the what they can make from it, the money that they can see from it. You know what I'm saying? The Taylor suits that they can get, the Mercedes Benz that they can drive. They're not even realizing that, or they're not even taking the time to realize that these people, that their congregation is suffering and they need help. You know what I'm saying? And if even if they have to do it themselves, they're not coming out of their pocket and giving anything of themselves to help black people.
Right.
Nothing. They ain't doing nothing. Go ahead.
Verse 6, for I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land.
The Lord saying he ain't pitying these people anymore. Our own leaders won't pity us, and he ain't pitying them. He ain't pitying all the inhabitants of this land. Go ahead.
Says the Lord, but lo, I will deliver the men, every one into his neighbor's hand.
He gonna deliver these people into their neighbor's hands, man. Meaning we don't have to fight against the oppressor. We don't have to do anything to him at all. The Lord is gonna do it, man. The Lord is gonna deliver them unto themselves.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And into the hand of his king. And they shall smite the land. And out of their hand I will not deliver them.
You understand? The Lord is going to cause destruction in this place. We ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people come up to us all the time and come up to us, the priests and prophets of the Lord, and saying, we gotta fight, we gotta do this. It's time out. We should be, y'all should be yelling on the street. Y'all gotta get the guns. Man, look here. You can't fight the oppressor with guns.
Right.
He make the bullets.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Smith & Wesson is a white-owned company. You know what I'm saying? Ruger is a white-owned company. Like you can't fight the so-called oppressor with guns when he make the guns. Right. That's silly. That's silly to try to say we gonna get more guns. That's the Black Panther problem. The Black Panthers try to just say we're gonna clip up and get guns and fight against the oppressor. And what the oppressor do? Send white women into his organization. White women destroyed, you know what I'm saying? The Black Panthers.
That's right.
You understand? You can't fight the oppressor with his weapons. You understand? What we need to do is we need to come together under Commander General Yohana, man.
That's right.
In the Israelite school of UPK. That's how we fight. That's how we fight. We join together with our brothers in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and you will see the outcome of what we can do together. You know what I'm saying? How we can take care of each other together, and it won't take going to war. It won't take fighting. It won't take getting guns.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It'll just take us doing what the Lord says to do in its law, statutes, and commandments. He's telling us exactly what to do to be on top of the earth. Right. But we won't try that though. We'll try the guns, we'll try the grenades, we'll try the, you know what I'm saying? We'll try everything else. We'll try the Christian church, we'll try the Muslim mosque, we'll try, meditation. We'll try everything else, man, but trying out to see, actually what the Lord says to do, what he says. What the Lord says to do, that's gonna put us on top. Obey the law, statutes, and commandments. Oh, we got it. You know what I'm saying? So now I drop that. Go to Isaiah 1 and 3. These are a few scriptures that let you that you can go to quickly, that'll let you know that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the real Jews that the Bible speaks of, man. Are God's chosen people. You want to go somewhere real quick where the Bible proves that black people are God's chosen people? Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 68 and read, we'll be sold to our enemy for bond women and bond women, bond men and bond women. And ask if there's any other race on the planet that was sold on auction blocks. They got taken back into Egypt again with slave ships, back into the house of bondage with slave ships. You ain't gonna find one, because we the only race of people that been through that kind of trauma, man. Been through that kind of travesty. And we the only ones that don't know who we are. Our whole identity has been taken away from us. You understand? Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner.
Meaning the ox. Hey, you take an ox, man, where he plowing that field, he know who owns him. He knows that he's an ox. And this Farmer John owns me. That's I'm plowing this field for Farmer John. Go ahead.
And the ass, his master crib.
And the ass, a donkey, knows. You take a donkey way out into the wilderness, way out into the woods, and you slap him on the ass, and he'll just go home. You remember on the country western movies where the cowboy get off the horse and slap the horse on the ass? Where you think that horse was running to? That horse was running back home, man. It know exactly where to go. Go ahead.
But Israel.
But who?
But Israel.
But who?
But Israel.
But Israelites, right? Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Go ahead.
Do not know.
We the ones that don't know. You go ahead.
My people do not consider.
My people don't even consider. You understand? Because of the Christian church, we don't know who we are. We don't even consider. Oh, no, I ain't no Jew. No, I'm a Gentile. We don't even think that we the Lord's chosen people, man. We you know what? Black people have been trodden underfoot so long and so fiercely that we don't even realize how beautiful we are.
That's right.
We don't realize that every nation on the planet tries to be black. Every one of them. You go to China right now, and China, in the middle of the summertime, they got on bomber coats, down feather coats, and they break dancing, pop locking, just like niggas.
That's right.
And it's hot as hell out there. You understand? You go to any job here in America, and you will find 6 different white women wanting to touch your hair.
That's right.
How you get your ooh-wee? Talk to any plastic surgeon here in America, and he'll tell you. I find this story very funny. I knew a sister that worked for a plastic surgeon, and she says that he was subscribed to every black magazine that he could get his hands on. Somebody tell me why. Who can tell me why all the white plastic surgeons subscribe to the Jet magazine, Essence magazine, the Source? Remember the Source when used to come out? They apply to the Source. Every black magazine, Oprah Winfrey magazine, they apply to that. They get subscriptions from every black magazine that they can possibly get. Who can tell me why? Plastic surgeons, white plastic surgeons here in America want to know or want the magazines from all the black editors and all the black social media. White plastic surgeons want to be a part of it.
I'm gonna say because they want to look like the black people.
Give me a little bit more. Come on.
I just like the way they look, their features.
But what the plastic surgeon want that for though? No, nobody. The white plastic surgeons want to see how the hell the black women look. They get the Jet magazine so while they in surgery and they making this white woman glutes look good, they want to see what the black woman body look like. They want to use that as a template to sculpt this white woman's body. You ever notice that Kim Kardashian and all them, they ain't looking like better white women. They looking like black women. You understand? Their hips is spreading and their booties is out to yonder like black women. You know what I'm saying? You remember, I remember when I was little where white society did not want saddlebags. They did not want their hips to come out and they call them saddlebags. They call them that part of the saddle that stick out on the horse. They ain't want that. They exercise and all different machines was coming out to rub the fat off. They ain't want that. But the 20th century hit, brother, and the saddlebags was in because they figured out that black women they had been figured that out, but they know that black women are the beautifulest and their bodies are the best. And a black woman will have no butt, but they have a butt. Black women are just that's just it. Black men are just it. You understand? Who wore their pants sagging down off their crack of their booty until crisscross came out, sagging their pants, wearing everything to the back? Who turned the caps to the back until crisscross did it? Two little black boys. You understand? We are the head in fashion, man. We are the head in fashion. You understand? They cater, all them tights is catered to black women. They got tights now that go up the seam of your behind to make it look like your rear end is bigger than what it is because of black women. Because of black women. Apple bottom jeans came out because of black women. They started getting this, the so-called oppressor started wearing apple bottom jeans because it shaped it put a form or shape to their rear end. White society has always wanted to be like black people, but they hate us so bad because we the Lord's chosen people. Right. They envy us so bad because we who God has chosen. You understand? An ox know his owner. An ass, a donkey, knows his master's crib. But Israel don't even consider, we don't even think that we the Lord's chosen people, man. Keep going. It's going to get better.
Verse 4. Our sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity.
Our people laden.
Like a people laden with iniquity.
Meaning heavy. You understand? Read that part again. A sinful nation, right?
A sinful nation.
A sinful nation, meaning we don't know what transgressed the Lord, man. We just sin and sin on top of sin on top of sin. We don't know what the hell we doing out here, man. We don't know what we need to be doing and what we don't need to be doing. We heavy with sin. Go ahead.
A people laden with iniquity.
Our people heavy with iniquity, man. Heavy with sin. Go ahead.
A sea of evildoers.
A sea of evildoers. We are you're like as big as a sea. That's how black people doing evil, man. We doing evil like we a whole sea of people just doing evil. Go ahead.
Children that are corrupt. So like children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord.
Meaning children that are corrupters. Corrupters are someone that they corrupt, but they make each other corrupt. They corruptors. They're not corruptees. They corruptors. Meaning they make other people corrupt. You know what I'm saying? Just like that Christian pastor, man. That Christian pastor making us corrupt in that Christian church house, boy. Oh, I know next week every Christian church is gonna be having loads of candy for the kids. Trunk or treat and treating this and trunk or treat. Oh, but we're not celebrating Halloween. You a damn liar. You're a liar. You're celebrating Halloween because you're giving these kids candy.
That's right.
Trunk or treat instead of trick or treat. Celebrating being a ghost, a goblin, a ghoul, some, scary. Man, if you knew that, I'm definitely next week gonna do a class on the history of Halloween and how evil it is. When the Lord's not giving us the spirit of fear, right?
That's right.
The Lord's not giving us the spirit of fear, but we conjure up fear with Halloween. We conjure it up. We conjure up that spirit, that demon of fear. We conjure it up during Halloween.
Right.
And we push it on our kids for our kids to be scared. And we push our kids to be taken and kidnapped. Now, how you gonna tell your kid all during the whole year? Don't talk to strangers. Don't take candy from strangers.
Right.
And then you send them out on Halloween to what? Talk to strangers and take candy from strangers. And you see how confusing that is to a child? You see you see why now it's loads of child that get abducted every year? It's because they don't know what to believe. They don't, on the one hand, I'm not supposed to talk to strangers, but during this time, I talk to strangers. So maybe this is one of those times I'm supposed to talk to strangers and take the candy. You got a whole nation, you got a whole bunch of kidnappers and child molesters out there with candy going, come on to my van for the candy. And the kids is like, he got candy. But then now you don't want them to get in the stranger's van. But you're teaching them how to talk to strangers and take candy from strangers. And now we wondering, how did this little child get taken? Because this van hanging out the window saying, take this candy. How did the child become subject to that? Because that's what we teach during Halloween. That's how you know America's wicked, man. America's teaching us to teach our kids to be abducted.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like America ain't gonna say, well, you know what? We shouldn't celebrate Halloween because of the idea that it puts out. These kids are going to strangers, knocking on doors, wanting candy. That may be relaying the wrong message. So we're gonna do away with Halloween, man. We don't care if people upset about it. It's gonna be for our safety. It's gonna be for our own good. So kids don't get abducted. You understand? But nah, we do it for the kids. We didn't do it for the kids. You know what I'm saying? When you can get your child candy anytime of the year, you don't have to teach them to go out and trick or treat. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
We are a nation laden heavy with sins, man. Heavy with sinning. Go ahead.
They have forsaken the Lord.
Uh-huh.
They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger.
We provoking the Lord to anger, man. And that's what we really don't understand. We really don't understand as a nation of people that the Lord is angry with us. And he's angry with us because we keep disobeying him. He's not angry with us because we won't give $5,000 in the offering. He's angry with us because we eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. He's angry with us because we get high and smoke weed. You understand? We sipping on the scissor. We out here, popping mollies, having sex with everybody we want to have sex with, throwing them away. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit this man real quick, and I ain't, hey, you know what I'm saying? Just I'm living my life, YOLO. Not even concerned with the responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? We just out here just sinning, man, laden with sin. Go ahead.
They are gone away backward.
They are what?
They are gone away backward.
They are gone away backwards, man. We all the way backwards, man. Where we'll think that profanity is a sin, but we don't think smoking weed is a sin.
Right.
We'll say the Christian pastor will say that saying damn and using profanity is a sin, but he don't think all the women bringing him baked spaghetti with grilled sausage and all the pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. He want shrimp scampi and all that. He don't think that's a sin. We backwards, man. That is backwards. We know that the Sabbath is on Saturday, but we go to church on Sunday anyway. We all the way backwards, man. What did it say? Keep going.
Verse 5, why should ye be stricken anymore?
Meaning the Lord is asking, man, look, I done stricken you with sore strokes. I done, gave you these punishments. Why it's almost like a parent giving up on whipping a child. Like, if you ever had experience with a child that just wasn't gonna do right, you whoop them, and they just won't do right. The Lord is saying, why should I smite thee anymore? Why should I even punish you anymore? Like, the punishment ain't working.
Right.
Read it again.
Verse 5, why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more.
Meaning, why should you be stricken anymore? You just gonna rebel more and more. You just gonna keep doing it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you know that child that get a whooping, and they be getting a whooping, and they whooping them, and they like, oh no, you're killing me, daddy. I ain't gonna do it no more. And then when you stop whooping them, the next day they're doing it again. That's what the Lord is saying we are. The Lord is saying we like that kid that keep getting whooped, but you just keep rebelling more and more. You'll revolt more and more. Go ahead.
The whole head is sick.
Our what?
The whole head is sick.
Our whole head is sick, man. We sick in the head, man. We sick in the head to think that we can keep sinning against the Lord and everything gonna go right in our life. We keep rebelling and revolting more and more. And the Lord is saying, why should I smite thee anymore? You'll just keep rebelling more and more. You keep going against my will more and more. You keep going into that Christian church more and more. Keep rolling around on the floor, bashkila, hichikachi, more and more. Not knowing that really, not even considering that this ain't what we're supposed to be doing, man. This ain't what we're supposed to be doing. The Christian pastor know it ain't what we're supposed to be doing. But he's so greedy. He don't even be thinking about, well, maybe I should tell these people the truth. Maybe I should tell these people that jumping up and down and rolling all in the floor is not doing anything.
Right.
Nope. He ain't gonna do that. His whole head is sick. He's sick in the head. You understand? And molesting little boys is more important to him. Go ahead.
And the whole heart faint.
The whole heart faint, man. The whole heart weak. We sick in the head and we weak. Meaning faint, meaning weak. We don't have the discipline to govern ourselves according to these scriptures, man. But I beg to differ, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High is literally using reverse psychology right here. He's saying he's literally saying, well, you just gonna keep sinning, so we can be like, no, we won't, and we'll do it. We'll turn from our wicked ways, man. Right. We'll read this and say, the Lord don't think we can stop sinning, and so we'll stop sinning. We'll prove to the Most High that we are capable of following the law, statutes, and commandments like we're supposed to do. You understand? Like we're supposed to be able to not eat pork, not eat crab, shrimp, and lobster, man. We're supposed to be studious in what we know to be the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments. We're supposed to study. We're supposed to study to find them out. Like we're supposed to be wondering, like, okay, should I do this or should I not do it? What the law say? We're finding it in the law. You understand? Right. Am I supposed to be doing this or not supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to be, having sex with these 6-7 men at one time, or am I supposed to be doing something else? Let me look into the scriptures. Let me tune into this Isupk class. Right. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, the sister said, Jessica Harris said they want to study our features and beauty to use them. Exactly right. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see it, but yeah, he said they want to study our features and use them. So then that way they'll know what black women's features look like.
That's right.
What black women's booties look like. What their rear ends look like, what their breasts look like.
Right.
You understand? So then they can use it to make money. Because I guarantee you, every woman that's coming through there is looking at the Jet magazine and that sister said, I want the Brazilian butt. That's what you think the Brazilian butt lift is famous for? It's because it's making women's booty, making women's rear ends look like black people.
That's right.
That's exactly what it is. And we're not realizing it because we so engulfed in America that we don't know that this place is hell. This place is hell for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Right. We so traumatized, we so used to bad conditions that we'll sit here in America, and if we ain't out on the street, we'll be like, yeah, I'm living a good life. If we out here and we can pay our bills, then we thinking, yeah, I'm living a good life. I'm living a good life. You know what I'm saying? Right. We don't think this hell. We don't have this hell. I ain't doing bad. I ain't about to get kicked out. My car ain't about to get taken. How's this hell? I ain't burning and falling. That's such a stupid concept. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna die and now you gonna go further and fall and just and at the same time you burning up and you it would seem to me, look, this is what I was thinking about. This may just be Abraham's stupid mind, right? After you fall for so long and burn for so long, you would just get used to it. Just like we here in America. Right. We stay in the projects. We poor. Right. We gotta eat noodles and bologna sandwiches. Right. After a while, don't we just get used to it? So you just falling in hell. I'm in hell, I'm burning. When you just eventually just think to stop screaming because you in hell, you're never gonna come out. Right. You'll get used to the burning sensation. Even when we burn our fingers today, you burn it and initially you're like, After a while, You get used to it.
God.
So why would hell then even be a bad place? You understand? Like, why would hell even be a bad place? Because you know that eventually you're going to get used to the falling and burning. Now niggas is going to be stupid with it. Now we're going to be flying like. We falling, but you know how you fall, but if you stretch out, it'll seem like you're flying. If you never stop falling, I always wanted to fly. So once I get used to myself burning, I can have fun flying for the rest of my life. Hey man, with that, I'm gonna clap it up. I'm gonna end the class right here, man. We're gonna pick it up next week with another scripture breakdown class where we go and answer the questions that the Christian pastor refused to answer. You know what I'm saying? That Christianity refuses to answer for us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And we're gonna continue this, and we're gonna continue diving into these scriptures to break them down verbatim, to let everybody know the real truth of the scriptures, man. Real truth of the Bible. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and read these announcements. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yohana, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. So like it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3 and 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase. Give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Priest fund is a free will offering, not mandatory. It's whatever amount you would like. Now, upcoming Holy Convocation. Let me get it. One second. So like I should have had it pulled up, but I'm gonna make sure I got the dates right. Oh, wow. Okay. Give me 1 second here. 1 second, Salaki. pull it up. I'm gonna get it. Because Hanukkah is coming up, and we definitely want to prepare for that. Okay, so it's the Feast of Dedication, which is Hanukkah. It's the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. So it's going to be Wednesday, December 9th. Salakia. I appreciate it. Hold on one second. So it's the Feast of Dedication. It's Sunday, November the 28th for the space of 8 days. And it's you can find it in the book of Maccabees 4:52 through 61 throughout it says. This is the Feast of Dedication. It's called Hanukkah. It's the 25th day of the 9th month for 8 days. And it'll start Sunday, November 28th. All right. So it's next month on the 28th. As the time get closer, we'll give you more information on how that's to be observed, how it's to be carried out. And you know what I'm saying? We'll get to it as the time come close. Okay. So now with that being said, if anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That's black boots, pants, shirt, headband, and scarf. And you know what I'm saying, brother, your time is coming up, brother. You know what I'm saying? Brother been in here and faithfully coming strong. So that Hebrew name coming, brother. It's coming. So with that, Amajim. All right. Wapin Ya'akodam, turn and face the east. We'll say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwithka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baharatiza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Lathanaw, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Masalaknaw, Kabawatnaw, Kasalaknaw, Kabawathinaw, Wala'ah, Tabayanaw, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashanaw, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwath, Waha'ala, Wathapara, La Walumium, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Saul, we give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Amam Shabbat, Amijah, Barak,
Yahweh Shabbat Hashem Yahweh Salam. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabbat Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabbat Barakatah, Yahweh Matah, means hands down. Saul, face the sister, sister Saul, face the brothers. We give one courtesy salute to the sister, men of Israel, Amam Shabbat, Amijah, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alatah Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Matah, class dismissed.